As locals, let us show you the Vietnam most travelers never see. Secret valleys, quiet caves, and islands still untouched by crowds. Everyone knows Sapa, Ha Long Bay, and Hoi An. They're beautiful but crowded. Let us take you deeper, to valleys with no tour buses, islands where life follows the tides, and highlands where traditions still thrive. Together, we'll uncover Vietnam's hidden gems, region by region. Our journey begins in the north, where clouds drift across silent valleys. High in the mountains, ET is a land of terraced rice fields that rival Sapa's beauty, but without the tourist crowds. Here, mornings arrive with seas of drifting clouds, and villages of Hmong and Dao people keep their centuries-old traditions alive. A valley shaped like a giant bowl, where rice paddies stretch endlessly between limestone peaks. The best view comes at sunrise, when golden light spreads across fields and villages begin to stir with the day's work. A reservoir so serene it feels like a painting. Limestone cliffs tower over emerald water, and boats drift past hidden waterfalls. It's a place for slow journeys, surrounded by untouched forests and folklore. Nestled in the rugged mountains, Juya is a peaceful village where rivers sparkle in the sun and waterfalls tumble into turquoise pools. Homestays here offer not just a bed, but evenings of shared meals, laughter, and stories. A little-known cave system with soaring limestone chambers, underground streams, and legends tied to local folklore. Surrounded by karst peaks and rice paddies, it remains largely undiscovered by mass tourism, a true northern treasure. Moving south, Vietnam's center is full of hidden stories, of kingdoms carved in stone and coasts that still belong to fishermen, not tourists. Beyond the world-famous Sun Dong lie smaller caves like Hang In and Hang Tien, reached only by trekking through jungles. Inside, underground rivers flow beneath ancient rock chambers, and camping under a canopy of stars feels otherworldly. A quiet land of red earth roads, coffee plantations, and ethnic Bonner villages. Here, you'll find Vietnam's oldest wooden cathedral and traditional communal houses, surrounded by the earthy aroma of freshly roasted coffee. Once a sleepy fishing town, Tam Ton has been transformed into a living art gallery. Colorful murals cover its houses, telling stories of everyday life, the sea, and the people who call it home. Just beyond Hoi An's busy old town lies a world untouched by tourism. At dawn, fishermen return with the night's catch, coracles line the beach, and the rhythm of life is guided by the ocean. A volcanic island rising from the sea, dotted with garlic farms and ringed by dramatic cliffs. Hike to the top of Thoi Loei Mountain for sweeping views, then wander down to Black Rock beaches where waves crash with raw energy. Further south, Vietnam softens into green forests and winding waterways, where life is shaped by rivers and seas. A small island with crystal-clear waters and coral reefs just steps from the shore. Fishermen still mend nets on the sand, and the only soundtrack is the sound of waves lapping against boats. A green cathedral of Cajuput trees reflected in endless waterways. Gliding by sampan, you'll hear the calls of birds and see sunlight flicker through the branches, creating a calm, dreamlike world. One of the Mekong's most authentic markets, where wooden boats laden with fruits and vegetables gather at dawn. Sellers hang samples of their goods from bamboo poles, and breakfast is served steaming hot from boat kitchens. Few tourists visit, leaving it vibrant, noisy, and wonderfully real. Once a place of exile, Con Dao today is a sanctuary of history and nature. Pristine beaches meet turquoise waters, sea turtles nest under the moonlight, and quiet temples whisper stories of resilience. A vast mangrove labyrinth at the southern tip of Vietnam, alive with rare birds and wildlife. Here, nature feels raw and untamed, where silence is broken only by the rustle of leaves and the splash of fish in still waters. 15 hidden gems, misty mountains, mirror-like lakes, floating markets full of life, and islands where time slows down. These are not just destinations, but living pieces of Vietnam's soul, quietly waiting for those who look beyond the guidebooks. Your journey doesn't end here. It begins when you step into these landscapes yourself. So when will you write your own Vietnam story?